Governor Jim Gilmore. You were the last person on stage to declare your candidacy. You ran for the White House once and lost. You ran for the Senate one time and lost. You haven't held public office in 13 years. Similar question. Is it time for new blood?
I think the times are different now. I think the times are much more serious. Because of the Obama-Clinton policies, the United States is moving further and further into a decline. I want to reverse that decline. That's why I've entered this race. And I think I have the experience to do it. Former elected prosecutor, attorney general, governor. I was elected to all of those offices. A person who, in fact, has a long experience in foreign policy issues, which is different from many of the other governors who are in prospective governors who are running. I was an Army intelligence agent and a veteran during the Cold War assigned to West Germany. I was the chairman of the National Commission on Homeland Security and Terrorism for the United States for 5 years. I was a person who has dealt extensively with these Homeland Security issues. I was the governor during the 9/11 attack. I understand both of these issues, how to build the economy, and doing that as a governor who built jobs and cut taxes, and also a governor who understands foreign policy issues, and that's why I entered this race.
Governor Gilmore, 30 seconds.
Well, yes, indeed. I chaired the National Commission on Homeland Security for the United States. We warned about the 9/11 attack before the 9/11 attack occurred. I was the governor during the 9/11 attack when the Pentagon was struck. And I'm going to tell you this. We need to use the benefit of our law enforcement people across this country, combined with our intelligence people across this country. We need to use our technological advantages, because what we've warned of is an international guerrilla movement that threatens this country. It's going to happen in this country. There are going to be further attacks. We have to be prepared to defend the American people, prepare them for a long war, stand up for the defense of this country, and stand up for the values of this country.
Thank you,
New question, same topic, goes to Governor Gilmore. You know, based on your record and what we're discussing here, which is potentially cutting back some entitlements, cutting back benefits, it's tricky business, as we all know, because people will argue that that's their means to escape poverty. So they're going to look at you when you want to do that, and they will call you heartless. What will you tell them?
I'll tell them that we're going to grow the economy so that we can give people better opportunities so they don't have to rely exclusively on benefit types of programs. Some do, but many Americans are dying to have an opportunity to grow and to create something inside this economy. And I'm glad that I have a chance to answer this question. I've had the growth code out there for about 5 years, and it's this specific program. We're going to do a tax cut for all Americans. We're going to have a 3-bracket tax code, 10, 15, and 25%. We're going to combine all commercial activity and business into one place in the tax code and charge it 15%, which is going to suddenly make us competitive with the rest of the world, and we're going to eliminate the death tax. With a couple of additional tweaks, we know what this will do. It will cause the economy to grow, to explode, to create more jobs. And first of all, we've got to recognize that there is a problem that Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton have caused. And that problem is too big regulations like the EPA, too much new taxes on business that we have seen, and Obamacare. These are drags on the economy. It's a deliberate drag. I propose to reverse that and get this economy moving again.
Thank you to Governor Gilmore. For years, presidential candidates have not said they would have a litmus test for justices nominated to the Supreme Court. Recently, Hillary Clinton broke that precedent. She said she would apply that on the case of Citizens United, which deals with campaign finance laws in America today. Is it time for conservatives to impose a litmus test on abortion?
Well, as you know, I'm a former elected prosecutor, a former elected attorney general, trained at the University of Virginia in constitutional law. And I don't believe in litmus tests except this. I believe we should be appointing Supreme Court justices who will follow the law and not try to make the law. Now, the challenge we're seeing today is that the Supreme Court is being converted into some type of political body. They have to have some legal basis and precedence for being able to follow the law instead of making the law up. And my goal, as in appointing Supreme Court justices, would be to appoint justices who would follow the law. Bill, I want to say one more thing about
no litmus test.
Not on that, no. But let me say one more thing. I want to, before my time runs out, I want to get back to this issue of ISIS versus Iran. It is Iran that's the expansionist power. ISIL is trying to create themselves into a new state. Our job has to be to recognize the conflict between the two. I have proposed there be a Middle East NATO so that we can combine our allies there to stand up to Iranian expansion and at the same time join together to begin to stop in this ISIL thing before it becomes an actual state.
Thank you, Governor. What would be your first executive order? Governor Gilmore, start.
Well, it's not a matter of what the first executive order would be, Bill. The matter is what orders exist now that shouldn't exist. The president has done an executive order with respect to illegal immigration that is illegal, and it creates a contempt for the law, for the rule of law. If I were the President of the United States, I'd go and look at every executive order that exists right now and determine which ones want to be voided, because the president shouldn't be legislating, not through that vehicle or any other. We should be relying upon the leadership of the Congress to pass the laws.
Governor Gilmore.
Well, I was a conservative governor of Virginia. I governed that way, and that's my track record. But the key thing that we're seeing now is serious challenges of this country that must change. The direction of this nation must change. And that's why I've offered a specific program to the people of America tonight to address the fundamental problem of getting our country growing again, getting our economy growing, wages up, opportunities for people. And second, the international crisis we are facing is most dreadful and most dangerous. I have the experience as a prosecutor, attorney general, governor, United States Army intelligence veteran, governor during the 9/11 attack, chairman of the Terrorism Commission for this country. It's time for real substance and real experience. And that's what I offer to the people of the United States in this candidacy for the presidency.